Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Now, in the history of Runeterra, we have had a lot of toxic elusive decks. Let's admit it, elusive is nobody's favorite keyword. Maybe some people love elusive, people that just are degenerates, I guess, but for the most part, almost everybody hates elusive because of how toxic it can be when you can't block this big elusive damage. What if I told you that I have found the newest toxic elusive deck? I can't get all the credit. I found this when looking at the data in LoR Master, and it actually feels really good. So it kind of plays very similar to, I guess you can kind of say that it plays similar to like a Zoe Master G deck that we reached Masters with a week ago, because it's playing with the elusive and taking advantage of the Darking Lodestone to be able to buff your elusives even more to just push a ton of damage. Because for 2 mana, you're buffing your elusives, you're buffing the target by +1/+1, and you're buffing whatever it supports by +1/+1 as well. This is so much value when you're playing a full elusive deck. Now, this deck is crazy because it's elusive and burn, and it actually feels really good. So let me walk you through this monstrosity. First of all, we're literally playing almost every elusive that we can in PNC and Target that is cheap enough. So we're playing triple Poro Cannon, triple Daring Poro, triple Flight, triple Zoe, triple Esmus, 2 Shade Stalkers, 2 Sting Officers, right? All these elusives give us a lot of different value. Now, there are some that we're not playing. Oh, wait, I misspelled elusive, that's why. There are some that we're not playing. Like, obviously, the big one that you see here that we're not playing is going to be the 3-drop. Where is it? The Sparklefly. And that's because once you get to like 3-drop or higher, I think they become a little bit too expensive for what this deck wants to do. So we're not playing Neander, we're not playing Sparklefly. We kind of just sticking to this value. You can go 3 Shade Stalkers or 3 Sting Officers. I like the split of 2 and 2. It doesn't feel too bad. And Ezreal doesn't feel as good as Yuumi, right? Because Ezreal is not really leveling in this deck. I guess we could play Teemo instead of triple Yuumi. That is an option. So you can kind of explore with that to have an even more elusive wonder. But anyways, you gotta see all the elusives that we have. To pair up with those elusives, we're just buffing them up with a lot of different cards, right? So obviously the Esmos himself can buff with your elusive, potentially 2 of them, by giving one of them a shine and giving the other one +1/+1. We have the Darking Lodestone, which we talked about, gives one of your elusives +1/+1 and another one +1/+1. So it kind of adds up really crazily. And if you get to like a late game scenario, you can always just play Horaci on turn 8, 9, or 10. Play Horaci, she has Spell Shield, and when she supports an elusive unit, it's gonna grow the elusive unit to a 7/7 with Spell Shield. And remember, the word grow means that the buff stays permanently. It's not just per round. Now the stats, the keywords, those only stay for the round because it's just give, but the stats stay forever. So even if you don't get the lethal when you attack with the Horaci supporting an elusive, you still have a big elusive that can present lethal in a future turn. And then we also play the Wandering Shepherd to buff up our elusives. We play 2 Suit-Ups to potentially buff them up as well. Suit-Up is really good on the Esmos because the Esmos has 0 attack. And then 2 Battle Bonds, right? 2 Battle Bonds lets us play around some removal tools on our elusives and just be able to push even more damage by buffing 2 of them by +2/+2. And then to kind of finish it up, if elusives were not enough, we play some burn. So we're playing triple Mystic and triple Get Excited. So if your elusive damage is not enough, you can just finish up the game with the burn, as you'll see in a lot of the games that we played today. And then we do play one iterative improvement to kind of copy some of our elusives. Not sure how I feel about the iterative improvement. I think it might be better to play something else. And then lastly, the triple Yuumi to buff up our units as well. I didn't mention the Yuumi, but the Yuumi ends up being really nice in this deck because you can buff them up and potentially level up Yuumi to be able to have Spell Shield on these big elusives. And I really like Yuumi as well because see, usually you don't like to block with your elusives, but by having Yuumi, you have the potential to have your elusive big enough that you feel comfortable blocking with them. But enough rambling around. This deck just feels so nuts. Feels so nuts against decks that cannot deal with elusives, as you'll see in some of the games today. Now, if the opponent has a lot of removal, that's when it gets a little bit dicey. So just keep that in mind. If they have a lot of removal, you're really hard to beat. But if they don't have a way to deal with elusives, you can just run them over really quickly. So hope you enjoyed the games coming up today. And if you do, make sure to like the video and subscribe to us. We post LoR videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Luna, playing GP Sejuani. The downside against GP Sejuani is that our units only have 1 health, right? A lot of them. So they can easily just die to the GP, to the parleys, the making rains, etc. I still think we go ahead and summon the Poro. I still like summoning the Poro. Because if the opponent doesn't get on top of it, I can just go ahead and put the Yuumi on the Poro on turn 3. Although, what I'm gonna do first is pass, so that we play around parley. So I'm so down to play around parley. Alright? So now we can do the Poro. The parley doesn't matter anymore. Opponent already triggered their plunder, so it's not a big deal. So we can go like this, go for the Esmos, and then go for the Yuumi on the Poro. Let's see what the opponent does. Maybe they go for Make It Rain here anyways. Maybe they go for Make It Rain here regardless. Otherwise, they're gonna get punished because their import is gonna become pretty big. Ah, okay, so they still should have the Make It Rain, right? Considering that they just put that card. Yeah, they need to do it now because otherwise we can buffer the Poro. So they kind of need to do it right now, otherwise we can always buffer the Poro right away. Oh, wow. So yeah, I mean, maybe they think that us having a big open attack is not a big deal. We're gonna go here. I guess if the opponent has double Make It Rain, that could be a punish. But this unit's gonna get really big, right? Because we're gonna continue growing with Yuumi every single turn, making it a pretty good blocker. The only thing we have to watch out for is gonna be Riptide Sermon. So we might not want to do that. And obviously when the opponent triggers their... So it was a parley, not a Make It Rain. So they didn't want to trigger the parley because they didn't think it was worth it to run the Poro. The Sejuani is the hard part. The Sejuani is the difficult part here. Right? Because once the Sejuani comes down, the opponent will always be able to freeze our board. Maybe we're supposed to slow them down. Oh, they miss Allegiance as well, so we know for a fact that they have Sejuani now. So we know for a fact that they have Sejuani. So we can go like this, and this is gonna make it kind of hard for the opponent to trigger Plunder this turn. And if we can delay Sejuani by just 1 turn, it might be exactly what we need to be able to win this game. Again, have to watch out for Riptide Sermon, right? So I need to watch out for Riptide Sermon. So I wonder if the open attack is the correct play here. Not anymore, right? I don't think it's the open attack anymore because we can just go Shepherd and then we can do Chase Stalker. I kind of don't mind the combat reel, but the Pot of Pain probably pushes the most damage, right? So Riptide Sermon can kill the Esmus, but then we still have to do the Chase Stalker and we still push in 10 damage, and opponent goes down to 5, and then we finish with Get Excited and Mystic. So this is lethal. If the opponent goes Sermon, this is lethal. If they don't go Sermon, then it's still lethal. Oh, okay, well, this is just, I'm just gonna go all in. I'm just gonna go all in. My only punish right now is if the opponent took an Elusive, and they did, of course. So they took an Elusive, which is a little unfortunate, so now they will get the chance to level up that Sejuani. But we still get to push. I guess we should have just attacked, right? The threat of that Elusive was way too big. I should have just attacked. Because the opponent can now just obviously play Sejuani. She'll go to 4. But the opponent's going to have ways to trigger the Sejuani on our next attack. So here they can just play Sejuani, pull one of our Elusives, which is probably going to be the Daring Poro. And this beats the Sejuani, because this is pushing the 4 damage that we need to then get us into Get Excited and Mystic shot range. So I think we're good. I think we're good. We can beat the Sejuani. We can beat the Sejuani no matter what the opponent does, right? Actually, I mean, and we're also gonna trigger, you know, we're gonna get the Yuumi level up. somehow, actually, as well. We just need to not die, right? So we just need to not die. So I guess we go here, here. We're on to 9. 9 is okay. 9 is okay. I'm gonna be actually a little bit mana efficient here and just do the Mystic Shot right now to the face. Knowing the fact that we can just win on the next turn, right? Because of the Battle Bonds. So the Battle Bond lets us play around the Sejuani. We're not gonna use our mana anymore, so might as well use it now. Opponent has no way to kill these guys. The Daring Poro is actually... The Yuumi is actually gonna level up, so we're gonna get the Yuumi level up. Opponent's gonna need to hit... Like, even if the opponent hits a warning shot or a make it rain, we still have what we need, right? And here we go. They don't even have it. Okay, well, Luna, if it makes you feel better, you were dead anyways. You were dead anyways. Even if you freeze with Sejuani, we have Battle Bonds and to get excited to push what 3 + 4. You push 7 damage and you only were at 6 HP, so yeah, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Pirate Aggro. This matchup should be bad for us, right? Because our Elusives don't have a lot of health. So our Elusives don't have a lot of health, so we don't want to block with them really early either. I want to see if I can get something better. Ooh, okay, this hand is just as bad as it was a second ago. Just as bad as it was a second ago, unfortunately. I guess we can try to raise them. So we can try to raise them. Go Daring Poro, go Esmus. Bulk the Daring Poro. Push 2 damage. But then we're not triggering the Shade Stalker anytime soon. I guess we trigger her next turn with Zoe plus Shade Stalker. Yeah, I think we just need to raise them. We're gonna need to just raise them, and I don't know if we can actually beat. We can actually win the race, right? Because opponent's pushing another 5 on this attack. Yeah, Push is pushing another 5 on this attack. Ooh, you know when I said 5? So 3, 6, 8, 9. If we take 9, we go on to 9. And then we're just losing on the opponent's next attack. Is that true? Is that true? If we get excited now, yeah, I think we just need to raise. I think I just take the 9. I think I just take the 9. As long as the opponent doesn't have any burn, we might be able to get through next turn. The problem here is if the opponent has their own Elusive, right? So I guess the opponent could also have... Ooh, wait, that's not an Elusive. Like, the problem is that the opponent's still at 10, right? So opponent's still at 10. Opponent's still at 10. We need 1 more. We do have the burn. We just need to do 4 more damage, right? So we just need to do 4 more damage and we get there.
I have my orders.
If we get the stun, that'd be ideal. I don't hate the Serpent either. I don't hate the Serpent. So... Opponent's gonna attack with everything. We just need to survive and then we can kill them with Get Excited. So we just need to survive and then kill them with the Get Excited. We go here. We go here. We go to 1. We only need to do 4, right? We only need to do 4. So we might as well just go like this. We still go down to 3. Is there any way that we don't go down to 3? What if we play the Battle Bonds and have our units survive and then we have to Get Excited? So if we play Battle Bonds, is there a way for us to get to 10? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's only gonna buff by 1. It's only gonna buff by 1. My problem is if I go down to 1, we lose to a Make It Rain as well. So I can't really go down to 1. I have to go like this. Wow. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. Now, we can push 7 next turn in the open because of the lodestone. So we can push 7. Meaning that we can win with the Get Excited, right? So we can push 7 here. I have our own Get Excited to punish their Get Excited. And if the opponent doesn't have double... Okay, so that's game. Whew, we got there. Wow. I was not expecting that. And there you go. Their Elusive came a little bit too late. We go here. Opponent's going to play Fervor. We play second Get Excited, and we win the game. Nice try. Boom. Whew, all right. So living at 1 was not an option because Make It Rain is a big punish here, right? So I think it was correct to block as we did and just stay at 3. I'm glad that I ended up seeing the fact that I had enough mana to get to 7 attacks. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Nasus Kindred, which is pretty bad, right? They have Battlefield and they also have Haste Spike, both of which are pretty bad for us. I kind of like this whole hand of Elusives, though. I think I want to get like my supporting spells later. So I think I dig this. Oh, we even get this the Yuumi. I dig this. Alright, so opponent. It looks like the opponent wants to play for the Haste Spike. So it looks like the opponent wants to play for the Haste Spike. And I don't want the Haste Spike to just blow us out. So I think I'm gonna go for double flight instead of going for the portal. That way we just push 5 damage here. I mean, instead of going for the Asmus. Because I feel like going for the Asmus is gonna be a mistake if the opponent has Haste Spike. Or even Battlefield, right? We lose to Battlefield or Haste Spike if we play Asmus. If they have double Haste Spike... Okay, if they have double Haste Spike, they have it, right? Now we don't have to worry about Haste Spike anymore for the rest of the game. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assumption. Unless they literally draw the 3rd Haste Spike. The downside here is that we won't have Yuumi on turn 3. You know, if our Zoe is so bad, we could put the Yuumi on her. We can go Asmus. Interesting. I'm gonna see if I hit the portal or the Yuumi. Either one is good. So I kind of like the Yuumi. Like the Yuumi's nice. I'm not gonna lie. Is it better than the Lodestone? I think it has to be, right? I think the Yuumi has to be better than the Lodestone. We do lose to... So we're losing to a Black Spear. We're losing to a Black Spear here. When I can Black Spear the Asmus. Okay, doesn't do it. If they had Black Spear, they would have done it beforehand. They also didn't get the Kindred yet, so that's good for us. We can bait out the Kindred by doing the Portal Cannons. And just like that, this Asmus is gonna get big. Really, really big. We can play the Darkened Lodestone and... Okay. I'm concerned about this. I don't think so, right? I guess the opponent is trying to set up a battlefield. It just means that we never get to play the flight. It just means that we never play the flight here. Great. So now we play the flight. We can play the Lodestone on the Daring Portal. I wonder if the opponent has access to like Whale or something. I don't think so, right? I think it's correct to go for more portals, by the way, instead of keeping the Mystic Shot. That way we buff up this portal permanently. At the same time, I think it's correct to spread out our damage. That way we don't lose to a second bio. We're only losing to the third. We're only losing to the third haste spike. Wait, opponent just lost. Wait a second. Wait a second. Opponent just lost. Wait a second. Wait a second. I just attack and then all of a sudden I have lethal. Ha! Interesting deck. Interesting deck this is. GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Sejuani Gwen. Sejuani Gwen. I think I need more elusives. I honestly I don't hate the Sunhawk. I don't hate the Sunhawk. Ooh, our hand is really bad now. I mean, the Sunhawk and the Yuumi are nice, but the Suit Up and the Get Excited are not so nice. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Let's go ahead and try to draw. Let's go ahead and try to draw. We can stun the strongest unit next turn. And then, you know, have an elusive. The downside is that we don't have...
This land is ours.
I don't want to take that much damage. I think if we slow them down, we're in a good spot, right? So I'm gonna block the hose. Opponent doesn't even give me the chance to block the hose. If we fly, opponent could have unspeakable, right? Opponent could have the unspeakable, which could be a punish. But I like the idea of just going all in for 4 damage here. Balfeast, okay, not unspeakable, but Balfeast is still just annoying. Because what I'm gonna need to do next turn is I'm gonna have to Yuumi one of these guys. I just don't know if we can actually get there, because opponent can easily get Gwen here, and now every damage that we do is gonna be like useless, right? So if the opponent gets Gwen right here, it could be really annoying. That's not a Gwen. So since this is not a Gwen, I do think I'll go ahead and do the Yuumi. I think I'm okay to put the Yuumi down here. And just continue attacking. Now, we are going to take a lot of damage here, right? We're going to take a lot of damage here. Because we can go like this. I guess we can go here. And if we go here, we take less the lead. I don't want to take that much damage. I really don't want to take that much damage. So I think I'm fine going like this. By keeping this away from 1 HP, we don't lose to a second Battlefeast or Unspeakable Horror. Opponent only has 1 unit now. The problem is that they did just get a Hallow buff, or at least, you know, we gave them a Hallow buff. We are getting all our burn, which is not ideal. Yeah, this is not ideal. I like the Sunhawk to stun the opponent later on, as well as give ourselves a blocker. Opponent could go for like a big attack here. Oh, that's not a big attack. That's not a big attack, because we can Mystic Shot to kill the Ruthless Raider. So we can Mystic Shot to kill the Raider. And we're chilling. It sucks losing this burn. Inner Beast. Ah, it sucks losing the double Mystic. It sucks losing the double Mystic. Because that's burn that I would have needed. That's burn that I needed to go face. Especially with Sejuani in the field now. It's gonna be a big deal. Now we're gonna be able to push at another 7 damage here. So 7 damage is not nothing, right? If we get another Get Excited, we win. Ah, and as I say that, opponent gets the Gwen. As I say that, opponent gets the Gwen. Now we're also going to be in range of an Atrocity. I guess we can kill the Gwen, though.
Stand and fight.
Yeah, we can actually kill the Gwen. But Atrocity still kills us here. So Atrocity still kills us because we go down to 7. And this has exactly 7 because of the equipment. So opponent has exactly 7 because of the equipment, and I don't think... Don't really see how we win this. I guess we don't play around the Atrocity, right? If they have it, they have it. I mean, we can't beat it anyways. That's also kind of annoying.
I'm ready to play, bop, and knuckle.
This is still gonna be 4. We need one more. We need one more. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do this. We just need to get them one more, right? Obviously, we need to play around the ram stance. So we need to play around the ram stance. But I also feel like I should play around a battle feast. So what if we go Daring Portal? Opponent commits ram stance. God damn it. So if the opponent commits the ram stance, we just lose anyways, right? So I think they top deck that battle piece, right? I had to go for it because now we still need to get us the third mystic then, right? We still need to get the third mystic, and opponent just needs to go. What? What? We still lose to the atrocity, by the way. We're still losing to the atrocity, but I'm gonna pretend that it's not real. I'm gonna pretend that it's not real, but opponent always beats us with atrocity anyway, so it doesn't matter. That was funny though. That was funny. I really didn't expect that. I really did not expect that. GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Teemo Caitlyn. The good thing is that we have a lot of elusive blockers, right, against the Teemo. Do we keep the Portal Cannon? I don't think we do. I think I like the flight, and I like trying to get something else, right? So I like the flight, and I like trying to get something else, because the flight can always just block anyways. The downside is that now we don't have any elusives. I was trying to see if I could get Zoe, or if I could get Yuumi. Okay, this is going to be problematic. So the opponent plays Teemo here. Probably needed to just go for it, right? Probably just need to go for it. I don't hate the flight. I don't hate the flight here. What if we Mystic this instead? And then just attack. Okay, I guess opponent's going to do this. So I guess what we can do is that we can Mystic and Netstone, right? So we can Mystic and Netstone. That way we trigger the Nightfall to play our Chase Stalker, and then we can go Shepherd, right?
News from the
Ooh, unfortunately, that's gonna feel bad. That is gonna feel pretty bad. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. I don't want to deal with this thing, officer. Problem is that the Caitlyn's still gonna push a lot of pressure here, right? So the Caitlyn's still gonna push a lot of pressure. We can do the Chase Stalker. I think we just go ahead and buff the Chase Stalker instead of trying to go for the Esmus. Just try to make her as strong as possible, right? I think now we put her on the Zoe, by the way. Just to keep the Zoe away from like a Poke Stick. And also away from the Flash Bombs. So we go like this. Unfortunately, we don't get anything that actually lets us beat the Flash Bomb, beat the Poke Stick, right? Or the Flash Bombs. We just get the Overwhelm. So not ideal. Opponent could just, I guess, the only thing that could have beat that Mystic shot was the Pot of Pain, right? So the Pot of Pain would be the only thing that could beat that Mystic. So a little bit unfortunate. Don't think I care about these guys, right? I mean, it's a little bit annoying, but not impossible to deal with.
Let's investigate.
Yeah. And I'll take the attack. I'll take the block side. I also like doing the Shepherd now. The good thing about the Portal Cannon is that we end up getting kind of like a lot of equipment that we can always discard for them. Pan of Pain, probably the best one, right? Because I need this to be able to survive against the Flash Bombs. So as much as I would like to go for the Scout, I don't think it's correct. Ooh, interesting. I wonder if I don't Esmus right now then. I don't think I Esmus right now. So I don't think I Esmus right now. Okay, so the opponent's gonna just rely on Flash Bombs. They might be able to kill us if we just with this Caitlyn, by the way. So it's a little bit scary. The Esmus is still kind of weird because we don't have any units. But I think it's also kind of pushing a little bit more damage, because we can always just put the Fisher Whack on the Asmus. So opponent's gonna trigger all the flash bombs, right? And this is gonna level up the Caitlyn, potentially. I think I'll take it. Okay, it doesn't hit the Asmus twice. Oh, it doesn't even level up the Caitlyn. We didn't hit any puff caps. So we didn't hit any puff caps. That's pretty good for us. We can copy the Shade Stalker, I guess. Right? That probably pushes the most damage. And I like the Fisher Whack. Or the... Do we like... I like the Portal Cannons. We know that it's only gonna be 2 flash bombs, right? In the next, like, 5 draws. I guess opponent's always gonna put more, but could be better. Opponent already, just like this, goes all the way down to 8 HP. We're gonna have to sacrifice blockers everywhere else, though. But I think as long as we survive this turn, we should be okay. We don't have enough puff caps to actually threaten lethal from the opponent's side. And we got a Yuumi, which actually ends up being pretty nice. So opponent's obviously gonna go try to kill us with Caitlyn. We can just block with the Asmus as well. We can always block the puff cap with the 3/3, and we can sacrifice a Poro and just keep this 2 alive. So since the opponent decided to do this, don't they get punished now? They just get punished now, right? We just put it here, and opponent doesn't have a good attack anymore. The only downside of this, right? I'm scared of the Caitlyn. I'm scared of this Caitlyn. Is my question. Or am I more scared of the damage that the opponent's gonna do right here? So we're gonna have 2 flash bombs. We're gonna be at 8. Maybe we don't want to be at 8. Is 9 better than 8? Let's stay at 9. I don't want to die to like random burn. So I really don't want to die to random burn. We have the battle bonds for next turn. Opponent will be able to have a blocker for this Shade Stalker, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We're gonna draw twice. 1 doesn't hit the right unit. Caitlyn levels up. We might be okay, but it's gonna be scary. We're not doing any shrooms, so that's always nice. Suit Up is amazing, by the way. Because now we can just open attack, and we'll have both Battle Bonds and Suit Up to be able to just finish the game. So both Battle Bonds and Suit Up. Now, opponent could have the draw card, but then they have to rely on the Flash Bombs hitting all the right targets, right? This is still lethal? Yeah, this is still lethal here. And then we have Battle Bonds to punish the... to stop the Peacemaker from actually killing my Shade Stalker. And there we go, we get it. So it might have been a little bit of a mistake of putting the Yuumi on a unit that was already pretty strong by herself, because she really had 3 attack and 3 HP. It was probably better to put it on the 1/1. But then that also meant that I didn't have to sacrifice as many units on the opponent's last attack as I would have had to otherwise. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Timelines. My only issue against Timelines is that the opponent's gonna have a lot of like, a lot of removal, right? So they're gonna have access to like, Get Excited, Aftershock, Mystic Shot, right? Which makes, oh come on! I couldn't have, like, if I drew this next turn with Zoe on the field, it would have been so busted. Ah. Alright, so I need to just hope that the opponent doesn't have Mystic Shot, right? I can now play around the Mystic Shot. So if they have Mystic or Thermal, we get set pretty far behind. Because our hand is horrible. If they have Mystic or Thermal, we get set pretty far behind. Alright, they don't have it. That's actually great. So now we can get going. We'll have the suit up for the Esmas. The downside is that we lose the shine here because we don't have a unit. As I say that, we draw a second Esmas. Very nice. Didn't hit timelines either. So I guess we go here. We probably block the baboon and just take 4. We just take 4, right? The best thing that we can do is play the suit up on this Esmas, because that pushes them to 4. And we also need the Sting Officer. So we go here. Boom. This is pushing 9. And gets our units a little bit healthy again. And then in a future turn, we can just play Battle Bonds. Don't really care about the Super Quotient, to be honest. We have a lot of Elusives, and the opponent doesn't have a lot of way to deal with us. In a future turn, we can just play Battle Bonds to get us there. It should beat everything, including a freeze. Opponent's gonna try to kill our units, right? So the opponent's gonna literally try to kill our Elusives with the big chumpers. They do lose to the Battle Bonds by doing that. If they don't do it right now, they also just lose to the Yuumi. So if they don't do it right away, they also lose to the Yuumi. Ooh, they didn't do it right away. That's unfortunate. Because now we can just Yuumi here. And now they don't have a way to kill my Elusive. Next time we're going to have 3 plus 6. It's going to be 9. So we can go ahead and play the Sting Officer this turn after the opponent attacks. Why did we just let this go? Why did we just press OK here?
Son taught me to never let my guard down.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to get punished by like an aftershock here or get excited.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
So I think I'm okay with letting that go. Now I do want to put. I want to put this one at a range of a Mystic. I also need to spread out my damage to play around the freezes. I guess we have the Battle Bonds anyways, right? We have the Battle Bonds regardless, so we never lose it. So yeah, GG's. Yeah, we have the Battle Bonds regardless, and we have Get Excited to finish the game. Mystic Shot as well, so... Elusives and Burn make a pretty crazy combination, so... In this matchup, we go against GP Sejuani Plunder. The downside here is that they have a lot of like cheap removal for our Elusives. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep the Lowstone. I think I am. Although I don't have any Elusives, so that's a little bit scary. So yeah, like the Daring Portal here is not amazing. So the Daring Portal here is not amazing because you can just die to a Parley or make a rain. Neither of which I want to die to this turn. So I think we just go here. We just go here. We can play... Hopefully this gets hit by it. Perfect. So we can play the Lowstone. Then we can play the Poro. And we're not in range of Maker Rain anymore. That's pretty good. If opponent doesn't do their make... This is a world where I actually summon the second Poro, but I don't think that's true. I think we just go like this. What we can go for is... Because opponent just didn't trigger Plunder this turn. So the longer that they spend before they trigger Plunder, the better that it is for us. Because the problem that I'm having right now is that... Riptide Sermon, right? It's gonna kill one of these two. I guess if the opponent goes for the Riptide Sermon, he lets me play the Poros. So if the opponent goes for the Riptide Sermon, he lets me play the Poros. But now the opponent didn't do Riptide Sermon, so I guess I just go here. I like the Shepherd's Authority. I think I'm just gonna go for Lito. I think I'm gonna try to just go quick. We can just block here. No need to block with the Esmas, because I don't want to really lose to like a random Make a Rain. Opponent doesn't have enough mana for Sejuani next turn. They have to do the Riptide Serpent here. On the Asmus. Yeah, there it is. We expected that a while ago. My question here is, so the battle bonds, I'm probably not gonna get to use the battle bonds, right? I'm trying to see if it's better to play for the Darkened Lodestone. So how much mana? We're gonna have 5 plus 2 is gonna be 7. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We never have enough to play the battle bonds. But he also feels bad to get rid of the battle bonds right now. But I might need the additional portal cannons just for us to be able to survive. So I might need the additional portal cannons just for us to be able to survive. Because now all I need to do is just put the opponent down to 3 HP. So this is going to be 9, 10. 9, 10, 11. If the opponent doesn't kill this portal, we're okay. They hit the Make It Rain. Come on. The downside here is that now we're going to have to go like this. So a second Make It Rain or a Power Leak is still the same problem. Otherwise, this actually gets us there. Okay, so this actually gets us there. And then next turn, Get Excited finishes the game. Ooh, clean. I mean, the Elusive plus the Burn ends up being clutch so many times. So many times. Because there shouldn't be anything that they have here that can heal them, so... Cool, cool. Boom. They got lucky with that Make It Rain that hit my one... I guess it wasn't lucky. They had a 75% chance, right? Yeah, they had a 75% chance. So it would have been more unlucky. It would have been more lucky for us if they missed it. Our luck is the fact that they have a party, so GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. Gonna see what I'm talking about. This deck feels so toxic. Feels so degenerate. I can't describe it. Like, sometimes I just win games without even realizing that I have lethal. Like, I literally just attack with my losers, and the next thing I know, the opponent's at 2 HP, and I can just kill the Uber Mystic shot. Like, what is that? What is that? You can kind of see though that it does sometimes struggle a little bit just getting there. As you saw that one loss that you saw in the video. We had 2 losses that we didn't showcase today against Victor Karma because of what we talked about in the beginning of the video. Victor Karma ended up having a lot of removal and ends up having a lot of stuns and recalls. So they were able to actually disrupt our Elusives every single turn, right? So if you go against something like that, that's when it becomes really difficult to win with this deck. But against GP Sejuani, against other decks, you can kind of just run them down sometimes before they actually get to their win condition, which feels amazing. And this card is so good. It's one of the best cards that Tiger has received recently, and for good reason, man. This card is nuts. But enough rambling for my part. I hope you did like those games though, because I had a lot of fun. I love playing Elusives. You know, I'll admit that I love playing Elusives. Anyways, in terms of mulligan, you definitely want to go for more units, right? We do play a good number of spells and equipment, so you want to make sure that you have enough units and you can actually buff up with like the Asmus and the Lodestones, etc., especially the Elusives. So I'm keeping the Flight, I'm keeping Zoe, and then sometimes I'm keeping Daring Poro. If I don't have the Flight or the Zoe, I'll keep the Daring Poro. If I have Zoe and Flight, I don't need to keep the Poro. So Zoe, Flight. If I really have one of these 1-drops, I'm keeping Asmus, right? So that you can start buffing up your units. Sometimes I straight up like keeping the Lodestone as well, even if I don't have any Elusives, because it's just so good. If you can put on one of your Elusives, it kind of just starts spiraling out of control throughout the game. So I'm looking for Lodestone, I'm looking for Asmus, Zoe, and the Flight to kind of get us going. Keeping one Yuumi, probably not recommended unless you already have a pretty good early curve, because you don't want to get stuck with 2 Yuumis. That's when some of your hands can get a little bit awkward. So you're okay kind of drawing your Yuumi later into the game. Same thing with the rest of your units and the rest of your buffs. You don't want to draw them in too early. You might think that we don't have enough discard fodder for Pro Cannons, and you're completely correct. But we can discard some of the equipment, for example. We can discard some of the suit ups. We can discard second Yuumis. You gotta just kind of play by ear. You know, Sunhawk, you can discard. Depending on what you actually need in the situation, don't be afraid to discard some of your actual cards. Well, enough about that. As always, If you did like this video and you like our content and explanations of the game, the way that we play, make sure to like our video below, subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day with the same style of walking through our plays. If you also watch Twitch, you can find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, where we stream about 2 to 3 times a week at usually around evening time on Eastern Standard Time. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.